So let's go through how you send a reverb or any effect through your DAW into the SSL Big 6. I'm Alex Biggs, this is Soundbase Studios. Let's do it. So I've opened up a blank project in Cubase, and what I want on the outputs, I want to make sure I've got every single track. Okay, so even though I'm not using them, I want exactly all of the tracks 1 to 16. These aren't in order, but don't worry. Inputs, the important ones are 15, 16 and 13 and 14, but again I've just literally done every track as ins and outs. I'm going to add an audio track. It'll be mono, and this one's for the mic, and it's going out 15 and 16, and we want it to go to number 3. That's where the mic's connected. I should label it up, but just for this I won't. And then we need an audio track for the input of the track that will be playing music. Again, should label it, but just for speed. And then what we'll do is add the effects track. So there's add effect track, and it's already gone for the reverb. It's got stereo, and we want to go 13 and 14. And a name, and we'll call it reverb. And we'll just leave the settings as they are. And you can see that's going out. So because I've labeled it reverb there, turn it on. And don't worry about how much you send. You don't need to worry about that at the moment, because you'll be doing it from the desk. So if we listen to that, then you can see the level, the tracks, just so you know, and again push monitor to hear things. Now in the mix window you can see I've got my track, and I've basically got a microphone attached to it on channels 3, so at the analog 3, and it's going out my main bus 15 and 16. Now if I go into the track, what I've stuck on here is a reverb. So this track is being sent to this reverb. Now this reverb is now being sent to 13 and 14, and I'll show you in the DAW how that works. It's pretty cool. So there will be, I guess, a little bit of latency, but with reverb it doesn't really matter. It hasn't bothered anyone. It's only when you get that annoying echo, but because it's reverb it just gives a bit of ambience or whatever singers or players need. So what I've got down is externals 1 and 2 here, and I've pushed down externals 1 and 2 here, which is obviously 13, 14 and 15 and 16. So basically the fader is up, the monitor is up, the main is down only because if I wanted to listen to speakers. I've not put any of the headphones down, because when you don't put any of those down, because that then gets you cues to your headphones, that will just get the main bus is what I want. So leave those up. If you're using headphones, you don't need them down to hear what's going on. So that's basically it on the desk as far as I can see. So that's basically working. Now this is the important button, or pot, because it will give you the amount of reverb you need, which is cool. So let's give it a go. Now I've got a track here which is just a random track from one of my drum books, and I've got a master track here which will stop if I go into anything, so I'm just going to let it run. So how I've got I'm recording this, aren't I? So basically what runs out of here I'm going to record so that you can hear the different effects. So I'm going to make sure I push record, but not that, as you know it feeds back, and that's going from master 15, 16 in and out, so that will record exactly what I'm hearing. So here we go. So I'm going to push record, and I'm going to record my track. So don't worry about the master record, this is just so you can hear it on the video. And I've got, as I said, this track which I'll bring in a minute. So if I push record, you can hear that I've got reverb. To adjust the amount of reverb, this pot here, so turn it left and it's gone, and you can just sort of hear that latency, can't you? And then bring the reverb in, and then keep bringing it, keep turning it, and then it gets really ridiculously loud. And the reason I actually thinking about it, the reason this works is because it's a gain. So there's absolutely no gain. In other words, there's no volume. So as you turn it up in volume, you bring the reverb up. So that's how that works. And obviously, because it's just a volume, you're not recording it. On this track, I am recording so you hear it, but on the actual track, as long as you mute your effect, it won't come through. So let's imagine you've got a track running and then you're singing and then you just want a bit of reverb just to make it sound a bit better. So again, you can adjust, or you can put anything you like in it really. So as I've done a bit of delay or whatever, just to show you on the video. And obviously you can EQ your track and the reverb. So there's so much flexibility that you can do as long as you don't mind that effect. Now when I mute this, then you'll hear that the reverb is not recorded. Okay, so it's quite a cool little thing. And if you just really want to turn it off quickly, just do that and it stops. If you want to do it again, just put it on. So again, really useful, or you can use the gain. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, because I'll be doing some more videos that hopefully helps. And as I say, it really helps me remember these things because there's so much on this desk that you can do. Excellent. All right, take care. See you soon.